Hi there everybody, this is Molly, from Crumbs. And today's video is about one of my other favorite things, fighting games. I love fighting games. From games like the Street Fighter 3 series, to Fatal Fury, to even niche little games that nobody knows about like Fighting Lair. I love Fighting Lair, Akira, please re-release this game. Fighting games have been ingrained into my soul, and you know what? A lot of people felt the same as me. Unfortunately, people weren't always as lucky as me. I grew up in a time where either consoles were strong enough to run arcade perfect ports with no problem, or arcades were never the focus and they just focused on home consoles. But it wasn't always like this. You only had two options back then. Basically buy the arcade hardware for, oh my god! Or you know, don't do that. But at that point, it doesn't matter how good you make the port, it's still going to be compromised in some way from the original. The biggest example I can think of are the Marvel vs. Capcom games on PS1. The PlayStation's memory couldn't really handle tagging in characters, so it became a 1v1 fighter. It's really odd, but it's really cool. How close to the arcade can we get on this thing? And that's what today's video is about. Ports of fighting games to portable consoles. God, that's a mouthful. But before we start, I want to say a few things. For one, I know I love fighting games, but I'm not good at them. I'm doo-doo feces at these games, and you know what? If you don't like it, take it to the comment section. Not like I'd read them, because I'm ass at video games and I'm proud. Adonym, this means that I do not know every system mechanic for every fighting game I'm going to cover today. Please bear with me, I am talking from a casual's perspective. Number two, I played most of these games on emulator. Do legal backups, please don't kill me, Nintendo! So I probably won't take the original hardware into account when I'm talking about them. This won't really be a deep dive into these games, there's other content creators you can go to for that. But I don't know, I just wanted to talk about things I thought that were neat today. Third of all, please don't take this video too seriously, I'm a fucking cartoon bird. Alright, enough talking, here we go!
You cannot kill a dead man. You have defeated my physical form, but my soul is eternal. You will pay for the massacre of my clan and family.
Mortal Kombat fever was a real thing in the 90s. People fucking loved Mortal Kombat. And people fucking hated Mortal Kombat too. I'm in the camp of people who hate Mortal Kombat. If you look to the right, there will be pitchforks, and if you look to the left, there will be torches. But I would be a fool to deny the legacy that Mortal Kombat has left. Hell, the Mortal Kombat fever was so contagious, Street Fighter copied their homework. But everybody loves Mortal Kombat. Obviously, we ported to the Game Boy. This port is infamous among Mortal Kombat fans, and to be honest, I don't really know why. Yeah, the game is lagging, it's only in black and white, and they remove a lot of the special moves and yada yada yada. But look at this game! For the Game Boy, this looks amazing. And to be honest, it's not too far off from how Mortal Kombat plays. Even though Johnny Cage is on vacation somewhere, and I only knew that this was Scorpion because of that one Skullgirls meme, and there's only the standard arcade ladder and there's no options or difficulty or anything like that, I still think that this is a bang-up port of Mortal Kombat 1 for the Game Boy. Wait, let me look at that transition again? Oh. What the hell happened? Developed by Midway and Digital Eclipse? That Digital Eclipse? Yep, the same Digital Eclipse that makes ports of all of your favorite games. Even goats have their blunders sometimes. Mortal Kombat 4 for the Game Boy Color is a game that was developed, but it can't be that bad, right? It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it isn't that good. First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This game looks terrible. Either the sprites were pre-rendered from the original 3D graphics or they're completely handmade, and either way, they look pretty bad. But the characters have all their special moves and there's even fatalities and stuff. Yeah, they look like buns, but you know, you take what you can get. Also, small pet peeve about this game. Why does it have a block button? But every Mortal Kombat game has a block button. It's on the Game Boy Color. Why is the block button select? Why can't we just hold back the block? Like every normal fighting game ever. Whatever. I don't care. Anyway, as you know, I've made it through this game with my superior skill, of course. And after beating everybody's ass with my epic MLG Gamer Dorito Mountain Dew whatever the fuck skills, I made it to Shinnok. And you know I employed the same strategy, which was just using standing punch, but whatever. I beat the big bad with a flawless victory and that's it. I got a red wall of text. But this is the worst game in this video. I have a lot cooler games to talk about. This one is also on the Game Boy Color, and it's actually really good.
Bom dia, galera, vamos que vamos! Hadouken! Oh, Yuga!
Wait, hold the phone. Street Fighter Alpha 2 couldn't run on the SNES without loading every 5 seconds. Actually, it could, but we don't talk about that. How in God's name is this game even gonna run on a Game Boy? In all honesty, pretty damn good. From specials to supers. Hell, you can even alpha counter in this version. I don't have footage of me alpha countering, but I saw Justin Wong do it, so it is possible. This is a pretty awesome port of alpha. Now, some stages are cut and medium normals are completely taken out of the game due to the, Game Boy Color only having 2 buttons. But this is better than it has any right to be. Capcom went kind of crazy with Game Boy ports around this time, and this port is no different. Besides some things being stripped back, this is Street Fighter Alpha. And the coolest thing is that this actually has a training mode too. There's a bunch of settings you can mess with and everything. It's a fully fledged training mode. No, it isn't a very useful training mode because there's no multiplayer in this version of the game for some ungodly reason. But there is a training mode and it's awesome. If I was a little lad with the Game Boy Color and I just had this game on the car ride, I would be so happy. Anyway, talking about the Game Boy Color is so boring. Let's talk about something a little more advanced.
No, wait, I'm so sorry for making that joke. I'm so sorry.
Okay, this is even more confusing, because how do you fit a 3D game like Tekken on a Game Boy Advance? Well, going into the training mode and just testing Tekken shit. Oh my god, they kinda did it. Spoiler alert, this might be my favorite port of the video. It might be easier to talk about things I don't like first. First of all, Tekken is a 4-button game. Why is there only 2 buttons? L is for change and R is for throw. I don't know what change is, but okay. Second of all, a lot of the moves are stripped back. I mean, Jin doesn't even have an electric. You know, like the Mishima thing. But other than that, this is just Tekken 3 for the Game Boy Advance, and that's crazy to me. How they managed to catch the game feel of this game without using 3D models is crazy to me. This is probably the game I played the longest for this video. Until I realized I had to make a video, so I had to stop playing. This game just feels like Tekken 3. It is so fun, and I don't even know what to say. Do you know what other game this game feels like though? Tekken Tag. Yes, hidden in this game is a fully fledged tag mode. And it is not 2v2, but 3v3. And do you want to know the craziest part? It's good! Do you know how I mentioned how Marvel vs. Capcom on the PlayStation 1 couldn't handle tagging in and out 2 characters? This is a 3v3 tag game on weaker hardware for an arguably more complex game. How did they do it? Hell, they waited till the PS2 to even develop Tekken Tag for consoles. And they're doing it! On the Game Boy Advance! Did you hear how blown my mind is right now? I had so much fun playing this tag mode, I played an arcade ladder twice for this video. I cannot stress enough how much I love this game. If there is any game that you were gonna play out of this video, make it this one. Not only do you get Tekken 3, but you get an entirely new tag experience. Tekken Tag has never been 3v3. And it's 3v3 on the goddamn Game Boy Advance. But I can't gush about this game forever as much as I love it. I have one more game I want to talk about today, and it's one of my favorites. Wait a minute, hey Molly, This just looks like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You lying, scandalous bitch. Okay, first of all, rude. Second of all, what if I told you that this was running on a PS Vita? Yeah, that's the weird thing about this port. It isn't weird. No compromises, no cuts, all of the DLC, it even has Heroes and Heralds mode. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on a portable console. And yeah, I know my footage looks blurry because I'm upscaling my Vita footage, but on a real console, this game looks amazing. Well, no compromises except for... I think this is the first time I've ever seen UMVC3's full loading screen. They even added a touch mode so you can play with the Vita's touchscreen.
Kill her, Ryu. Kill her. Kill her. Kill her.
Oh shit.
I didn't say it was any good, I just said it existed. But I don't really have much to say. This is just a really solid port of UMVC3. That I unfortunately cannot recommend. Everything is so homogenous now. You can just buy UMVC3 on your Steam Deck. Street Fighter 6 is on the Nintendo Switch 2 and it runs good. Like, it's surprisingly, really good. I miss when game consoles sucked and they were bad and I had to play sucky bad ports. You know what, Molly? I miss the old Kanye too! Is that American rap star sensation Kanye West? What are you doing here? Well, you know, after being a... I've learned the errors of my ways! Well, I'm glad you're not that anymore, but why are you here, Mr. West? Because there's something I wanted to tell you. Everybody clamors for the good old days, but they're never coming back. Yeah, old stuff is cool, but new stuff is too. You just gotta embrace the future, Molly. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm too stuck in the past, and I can't look forward. Thank you, Mr. West. Okay, but the Nazis kind of had a point though. Get the fuck off of my YouTube channel. I think that you should just subscribe. If you don't, I think I will cry.